I think my girlfriend purposefully hid that she went to her ex's birthday party because she told me she was going out with a few friends before she left, and she dismissed me when I brought it up to her, and now I'm making a big deal out of nothing according to her. Hey everyone. I, 29M, have been dating my girlfriend Lena, 27F, for about 10 months. Things have been great overall. She's funny, smart, independent, and we've talked about maybe moving in together next year. No major issues until this weekend. So here's what happened. On Saturday, Lena told me she was going out with a few friends from college. Cool, no problem, I had plans to watch the game with my brother anyway. But the next day, I saw a photo on one of her friends' Instagram stories. The caption said, "Happy birthday, Jason." I recognized Jason. He's her ex. The one she dated for about 3 years and broke up with about a year before we met. They were pretty serious from what I've gathered. I never made a big deal about it because she told me they're on decent terms but not really close. So naturally, I asked her later that night, "Hey, were you at Jason's birthday thing?" She looked a little surprised and said yeah, but quickly followed up with it wasn't a big deal, it was a group thing, and I didn't think it mattered. I didn't raise my voice or accuse her of anything, I just said I wished she'd mentioned it beforehand. She got kind of defensive and said I was making something out of nothing and that it's not like she was hiding it. But she kind of did hide it? I mean, I don't want to be controlling, and I know people stay friends with their exes, but the fact that she didn't even mention she was going to his birthday rubs me the wrong way. It just feels off. I'm not accusing her of cheating or anything, but I can't shake the feeling that she intentionally kept it vague so I wouldn't ask questions. She said she didn't think I'd care, but the whole thing just makes me feel kind of sidelined. So am I overreacting? Update 1. Thanks again to everyone who responded. I didn't expect the post to blow up the way it did, and honestly, I've spent the last few hours sitting with it all. A few comments really stuck with me, especially the ones that pointed out it's not necessarily about where she went, but how she handled it. I ended up bringing it up when she came over this evening. Nothing dramatic. I just said I'd been thinking about it and that it bothered me, not even the party itself, but the fact that she didn't mention it. She didn't seem surprised that I brought it up. There was a bit of an eye roll at first, but she didn't push back much. Mostly quiet. The energy in the room shifted right away. She said something vague about not wanting it to be a thing. Not much of an apology, more like trying to smooth it over and move on quickly. And maybe that's what I'm doing too, in my own way. Afterward, we kind of just moved around each other for the rest of the evening. She left very quickly after that. And right now I'm reading comments on my original post. I'm not sure where I land on all of this. Nothing exploded. But it also didn't feel resolved. She didn't seem interested in understanding why it bothered me, just in making sure it didn't mess with the vibe. It's not a breakup level thing. Not yet. But it does feel like something shifted in our relationship. That's all for now. Just figured I'd follow up. Thanks again. Update 2. Figured I'd give one last update, even though things didn't really go the way I hoped. It's been about 10 days since I posted. Things between me and Lena never really got back to normal after that night. We had a few awkward conversations in the days after, nothing explosive, but I could tell there was tension. She kept saying I was overthinking it, that it wasn't that deep, but the way she avoided the topic or brushed it off just made me feel worse. The whole situation stuck with me more than I expected. It wasn't even about the party itself anymore, it was more how she handled it. It became pretty clear we look at communication and relationships really differently. I felt like I couldn't fully trust her to be upfront, and once that feeling crept in, it was hard to shake. We ended up having a more serious talk this past weekend. She admitted she didn't tell me about the party because she knew how I'd react, which kind of confirmed the whole point for me. I don't want to be with someone who feels like they need to hide things to keep the peace. We didn't fight. It was more of a mutual, quiet decision to end things. Just felt like we were on different pages, and forcing it wasn't going to help either of us. It sucks, obviously. I didn't want it to go this way. But in hindsight, I'm glad I trusted my gut. That uneasy feeling never really went away, and I think I'd rather deal with a short-term hurt now than drag this out. Appreciate everyone who gave advice. Helped me see it a bit clearer. That's all. Not much more to say. Commenter. If avoidance and eye rolling is her communication style, then she's not a good long-term partner. This was a satisfying resolution.